Hey community, so a couple of days ago, I posted a pretty long-winded status on Facebook about my experience with Onto and how I'm in touch with Star Family and have been having communication with them and yes, it was a pretty scary thing for me to open up and tell the world that I'm in contact with extraterrestrial beings, right? I mean, it's like the judgments and everything. I'm like, oh my God, what people are going to think? But now I'm at a space now where it's time just to share the truth. You know, like I said at post, it's time to really share the truth that we have Star Family. We have beings that don't live on our planet. Probably some of them never been on our planet before. They are helping us. And I've been in communication with Onto, the main guy who's been helping me out. And now there's an additional person or additional being that I'm in contact with as well. So I've definitely gotten a green light that now is the time for us to really to capitalize on an opportunity that's available to us. Some people may not resonate with some people may not resonate with connecting with beings outside of Earth, and that's perfectly okay. There's no obligation or requirements here. And then there's some people that do feel like there's something more out there. And now that I've been in communication with them for a couple of months now and have been studying and researching and learning and have my own experiences for the last couple of years, I feel called to really come out publicly about this and give the kind of the in-depth, a little bit more in-depth of what's going on, and how can you have your own experience? How can you have your own contact with Star Family? Because there's just so many planets and there's so many beings and there's so much love that's available to all of us that I just kind of felt like it was a little selfish, if I can have this contact and have this experience, yet there's so many people that can benefit from meeting their Star Family members as well. So there's a couple of questions that I got after that post. I got asked a bunch of questions, right? Like a bunch of people reached out to me, all kind of DMs in the middle of the night. And I'm going to keep, making more videos like this in the future to kind of help facilitate you guys' communication and helping you build a relationship with your Star Family members as well. So first question was, when did I first start having contact? Well, when I sat in that cornfield in Iowa, a lot of you guys know my story. I sat in the cornfield in Iowa and I was like, God, if you're real, please show me proof, right? I'm like, I need to see proof. I need to see something. And from that first moment I said that, the next day I woke up with a pressure on my forehead, right? And like even right now, whenever I quiet my mind and close my eyes and just quiet myself, there's a pressure that wakes up on my forehead. It's like a vibratory pressure that's there. And at the time, like I didn't know what to think of. I was like, I don't really know what it is, whatever. But I just know that it was something spiritual and it was my physical evidence. Okay, I guess there really is a God out there. I guess there really is something out there because I literally feel the pressure on my forehead. And as time went on, that pressure has developed to the point where it started moving like through my forehead. And if I quiet my mind enough, I can use my intention and move it to my mouth. So whereas it can move my mouth, it can go to my throat. I can move it to the back of my head. And that energy that's there, that's living in me, I now come to understand that at least a part of the purpose of it is it's kind of like the receiver to the connection that Onto is sending from a different planet to me. And it's almost like there was one time where he did like a spiritual surgery. I said this in a post. He did like a spiritual surgery on me where I'll quiet my mind and then he'll actually have connection to the pressure and move it around. And everywhere that energy went, that vibration went, it healed. Like he said, we're going to work on moving it to my throat to help heal my throat. He can move it through my chest to help heal my chest. I don't honestly know that exact, what it is all the way, but all I know that it acts as a link between me and higher guides, my higher self, and also Onto as well. I like to think of Onto, this being that lives on a different planet. It's called MR3. I like to think of him as like a brother, right? Like a brother, they're very evolved in their civilization. They're super high frequency. They're very high and loving. But I don't really like to think of him as like, oh, he's this higher guy that's above me. I like to think of him as like a brother who's maybe further along his journey, but at the same time, he's just coming to help me out, and really to help out this planet. So my contact actually first started, Anto told me that it started when I was a child. I would have a lot of connections and I probably felt the pressure and everything then. But as I grew up, I've forgotten, and now here I am remembering the connection. So that's pretty cool, that I'm returning back to where I was as a kid and having that connection with Star Family. So the next question is, what is Star Family's purpose with us? These extraterrestrial beings, Star Family beings, what is their purpose with us? Well, I can tell you this, okay? I'm speaking of Star Family, and from what I've understood is their purpose with us is to support us in our purpose with ourselves. So right now, there's a lot of people on our planet that are gearing towards, evolving, loving more, becoming the best version of themselves, freeing themselves more. There's like an revolution happening right now. And so there's Star Family members that are helping us, sending us energies, sending us insights for technologies. Some of us get dreams, things of that nature. They're really helping us evolve. And I don't really think their purpose is to do anything that makes us think that these beings on a different planet are higher than us or they're our gods or anything. I think that they're just trying to help empower us to really see our own true power, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about us knowing that we are God. As a collective, we are God, and we have all of God's creative ability. We have all of God's power. And one thing that Anto kept telling me, he was like, Alan, one thing about you is you're very confident, but you don't claim all of your power. Claim your power. And it really hit me man, I guess there's areas in my life where I could claim more of my power and not let fear drive it. And I'm saying the same thing to you. I think that their biggest message is you are all unlimited beings. We're all unlimited beings. And Star Family is here to help us experience ourselves more. Now, another thing as well is that there's some people that don't, believe in Star Family. They don't believe in extraterrestrial. They don't want, and that's perfectly okay. Think of it this way. If there was a party that was happening in Australia, right? And then you find out that at this party, these people didn't even want to meet you. They weren't interested in you. They don't even believe in you. Would you want to go all the way, travel across the planet to go to Australia for a party where you're not even invited? Where they don't even want to see you? Probably not. Well, it's the same thing with Star Family. There's people that, if you don't resonate with this at all, if you just won't believe, it's perfectly okay. Because the way life is that you'll always get what you need. You'll always get the information that you need for you to be the best version of yourself. See? So that's one thing I absolutely love about it, so there's no obligation with it. It's just an opportunity to connect with the extra help that we have out there. So purpose with us. Now, the next question is how can we have our own contact? How can you have your own contact with Star Family? Well, what I would say is first things first is think of it as building a relationship. And how do you build a relationship with someone? You communicate. You communicate with them. You talk with them. And what I would recommend is first things first, start having that communication. It can be at night, it can be outside. Start talking out loud. Hey, if there is a Star Family being that's out there that's trying to connect with me, I would like to meet you, or I would like to connect. I would like to build a relationship with you. And then watch for the synchronicities, like the 11:11 on the clock, or synchronistic numbers, or the radio plays this perfect song. They communicate with us. First, you'll notice synchronicities. Some people will have dreams where they'll have things. There's some people that may even have actual physical contact. I've actually had, semi-physical contact with Star Family. That's a different story for a different time. I've had multiple contacts with them actually already. So some people may actually go on and they may have actual contact. But just understand that there's a gauge of how much they're going to connect with you based on how much fear you have towards them. Sometimes they're not just going to show you themselves just look at me, because you may freak out and be completely afraid and may run for the hills. They really don't want to scare you. That's one thing I've come to know. They're really courteous of how much fear you have and how ready you really are. And so just know that this is something that if you are wanting to have your own contact, start by building a relationship by communicating with them. You can go down a rabbit hole of, you can look up, Bashar channeling, Pleiadians. There's some star family members that are like really helping us connect with other star family members. They're acting as guides per se. And how you know that is really for you is follow how it makes you feel inside. What is the feeling you have within yourself when you're listening to this information? What is the feeling you have within yourself when you are like reading or listening or watching a video? There's a lot of content out there that can really help support you in this. And also feel free to comment on this video any questions you may have about star family, having your own contact. But I can tell you one thing, if you're watching this video and if you feel like a little bit like something's there, like something's striking your heart or you feel an energy about it, that very, very well could mean that it's time for you to have your contact with a member of Star Family. I've heard that now's the time for people that are asking. Now's the time that you can actually start meeting them, right? Starting communication. And then actually in 2023, that's when it's going to start ramping up and becoming more public, right? 2023 is going to be way more public. By the time 2028 to 2032 comes up, it's going to be as common as it's going to be as common as sports. Like everyone's going to know by 2028 to 2032. That's what I've been informed. So now it's the very early, stages of open contact, and everyone that's interested, you can actually go outside or look at the stars or talk in your room. You can, whatever feels natural to you, you can start communicating now and building a relationship with Star Family members now. And so understand that, there's no sense of nobody's more worthy than the other. There is no better. No, everyone is capable of having contact with Star Family. Well, I would at least say everyone that wants to have contact. For those that don't want, it probably won't even happen. They probably won't even be able to see the same things you see. So just keeping that in mind, that it's a full free opportunity. So one thing to also understand is that I will be channeling soon. Channeling is the process of I will be going to a meditative state, raising my frequency, quieting my mind, and then Onto will be actually talking through me to you to help you out. So you have me here, my personality now, you know me. And then when Onto starts speaking, I really don't know what to expect. Right now, he'll like someone asks a question, he'll send me like a thought. And then once I receive the thought, then I speak the thought of how it comes directly to me. So I've already been channeling like a little bit, whereas I'll get an answer to someone's question, then I'll speak. But I've been actually, the next time me and Onto communicate with each other, next time we talk and have a session together, I'm going to start practicing with him on channeling him directly through me, so you guys can meet him through me to really help facilitate Star Family coming here. So I think it's pretty cool. He also told me that when he channels through me, it'll automatically heal aspects of my body, automatically raise my frequency, being in his energy. And it's in a mutual agreement. It's a partnership that we're having. I'm just the kind of guy where I'll receive, God's help from, whatever perspective that aligns with me. I'll receive God's help. God's love can come through many funnels, and that's another thing to address as well. There's people out there that says, oh, but my religion says that, aliens don't, and all of that, and you know what I say, I'm not even trying to mock it, but I just want to say that is actually perfectly okay. If your religion says that aliens don't exist, Star Family doesn't exist, actually, if your religion says this is wrong, then I would say follow your heart. If you feel in your heart that your religion is guiding you to the highest love that you can receive within yourself, and you feel that love, then I would say listen to your religion. Like whether some of us believe in it or not, it doesn't really change the nature of what's happening. And what's happening is that Star Family is making an appearance. They're coming, and they're coming to help us evolve at the pace that we want to evolve. You see, so we have the freedom to believe anything we want to believe. I've just been informed that it's one of my roles, one of my purposes is to help facilitate greater relationships that we can have access to in our universe. So yeah, that's just my share. And so I don't know. I just thought of it like, oh, so you wanted the Men in Black? That's pretty funny. Me and Sky watched that movie Men in Black. Very comical. There's a lot of movies that do have truths in them. I wouldn't say Men in Black is all the way true. I don't think there's a giant cockroach trying to attack our planet or anything. But there are some elements of truth in a lot of nonfiction, especially Marvel. They get into it as well. So yeah, so you have full freedom. You have full freedom. I'm just speaking a message that I was afraid to speak. Just a month ago, I was way too afraid to speak about this. But now I'm feeling comfortable. I'm home. I'm here just to help. I'm really just here as a friend to help you have the greatest relationships in your life, and here to help you become the best version of yourself from any perspective. So in the comments, ask questions. Ask a question if there's any question that comes up for you about Star Family, your connection with higher beings, whatever may come. Mind you, that Star Family, it can be different planets. It can also be different dimensions as well. There can also be different dimensions that they'll come from. Some people channel beings from different dimensions. Actually, the guy that's helped me connect with Anto, he channels a being named Matthias, and Matthias is from a higher, different dimension than ours. I would guess maybe the 5th dimension or something of that nature. So yeah, in the comments, ask questions. I'm gonna make more videos. I'm gonna try to reach out, to some of you. If you ask a question, I'm gonna try to hit you back up with DMs. I'm gonna do my best to really help facilitate this and help our society really come to embrace the family that's always been there waiting for us, supporting us, loving us, and healing us. I love you very much. Stay blessed, and let's connect with our Star Family.